What up, Seeking Knowledge family, man? You know who it is. It's February 33, and I'm back once again with a live from my brother from another mother. Like, I met this brother on the OWL app, and we're gonna be talking about number one, stepping into entrepreneurship. I met Jesus on the OWL app. We chopped it up, had a great conversation. Then we started connecting outside the OWL app through the phone. And when I say this brother is amazing, man, he got so much going on. Like he know how it is. We know how it is to be from the trenches and step into entrepreneurship. Like I just want to say this before we start. My brother is the newest associate on Team Unstoppable with Legal Shield. Thank you, bro, for seeing the opportunity. You see the vision. But enough about me, man. How are you doing, brother? Like how are you doing on this beautiful day?
I'm doing amazing, brother. Thank you very much for having me here. And what's it called? I'm super excited for joining the team with you and Legal Shield. I definitely see the opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity, not just for me, but for everyone. Everyone benefits from it. And yeah, man, how you mentioned, I definitely know what it is to come from the trenches, especially in the Hispanic community. I come from the Hispanic community. You come from the African American community, and you know, just being in the trenches, your color, your race, it doesn't matter. Broke tastes the same. You know,
All
broke tastes the same. Broke
right.
tastes the same. Like when you're eating that watered down cereal, you know.
Bro, I know. Look, speaking of that, bro, I know about eating cereal, bro, with water, bro. I know about the King vitamin cereal, bro. I know about the government cheese, the being on food stamps, bro. I'm from that era, bro. But at the same time, that's what our generation before us was taught. They wasn't taught how to step into entrepreneurship, bro. They wasn't taught that. Like all they was taught is go to school, go to college, get put in debt because once you go to college, all them school loans, you're gonna get put in debt. Work a job until you retire. Then you just sit there and fucking croak like you don't get your retirement. That's what they was taught. But we
Well,
want go ahead.
yeah, you see, I come a little bit from a little different perspective in the way of like, they brought me here when I was young. I come, immigrants. We're immigrants, and that world is completely different world, right? At
Right,
times, you even get put down by your own people just because you don't have a paper. So, coming up as a child, being told you don't belong here and
mm,
you don't belong over there. You just don't belong anywhere, right? That subconsciously for this generation that because I'm not the only kid, right? That can't like that has been brought over here really young. Like this is our land. This is all I know. I've know English. I've learned the credit. I've learned everything, right? And
right.
I'm still not enough, right? And that's mainly who I want to help out, right? The most is those individuals that may feel like they don't have a voice, they don't have a place, they don't have anywhere they can call home, and they can come and we help them create that home,
I
right?
like that. I love it.
Um,
So go ahead. So I just want to ask you this, like, for all the people that don't know you, like, because I know a little bit about you, but I don't know you. Like, where are you originally from? Like, where are you originally from, and where are you located at now?
so I'm originally from Tlalnepantla de Vaz, Mexico, which is right next to the city of Mexico. It's a little pueblito. That's where I was born. Then we spent some time in. I think we spent a little bit of time in Reynosa. I think, and then my dad's from Veracruz, and my mom's well from the city of Mexico. She's actually from the city of Mexico. Um, so I'm now in Texas. I'm now in Texas, and I've lived in Texas, in South Texas, for almost 20 years. I did travel upstate, stayed in Minnesota for like a year, and
Mm-hmm.
just been around Texas, for most of my life. Just Houston, San Antonio, Port Arthur. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Houston, let's go. What's it called? Yeah, I went to high school. I studied precision manufacturing engineering and took early college classes. In high school, was advanced since middle school. I had I advanced my credits. I decided since middle school, what's the point of school, right? What's the point of school? Because I come from a world where you needed to work to eat today, right?
Yeah.
So that survival mode, to me, you're telling me ones and zeros are gonna feed me somehow, right? Like somehow writing on a paper, writing an essay is gonna feed me. To me, that world was just like, I don't understand it. But once I saw the opportunity of, okay, well, if this is not teaching me anything, but I can get some credits, advance myself, right, and just have 4 classes, right? That was my plan. At least have 4 to 3 classes so I can have half a day so I can go to work, so I
You
can
know,
provide for my family,
you know
right?
what's crazy, bro? I ain't gonna even lie. Like the most of the shit that you learn in school, you not gonna apply it outside of graduation. Like they just, I'm not saying school is a waste of time for all the people that's gonna watch this on replay. I'm not saying that school is a waste of the time. It's a waste of time. But most of the shit you learn in school, you don't apply it to life. Like, why you think people go to college for all these years, get that degree, and 9 times out of 10, they don't even get a degree or a job. I mean, they don't even get a job in their
In their field.
in their
Yes.
field. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you see, that's exactly what I think a lot of people have a misconception of, is that yes, school is important. You do learn certain skills, yes. But the technology and the information area where we're at and the way we learn is not the same, that we the same way we've learned for the past 100 years.
Mm.
So that's where it becomes a little difficult. And also because these programs here, since it's government funded and everything, right, they don't have the essentials and customization that we can bring to people, right? That we can teach, because a lot of people, some people have ADHD. Some people came from, moms and dads that were drug abusers, right? They have certain ways of learning. You cannot judge a fish for it climbing a tree and call it dumb, because that's not its environment, right?
Right.
So I think that's what the fight I want to take on, and I've been taking on, and planning to take on for a while, to create that knowledge hub for individuals like myself, mainly parents, right? Young parents that they don't have the resources, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the support system. Their families are just like, hey, figure it out. You made this bad decision, right? So now we're gonna hold you to a higher standard, although you don't even know what you're doing, right? So that's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you know, I was gonna be a father when I was 16, right? 15, 16. I faced a tragic tragic event with that situation. Um, since at the time I was barely getting my work permit, my the girl I was dating, or my baby mama's father, he said, I don't want no illegal grandchild, or for my grandchild to have no illegal daddy. So, we're just gonna terminate the pregnancy. The kid, I don't know what happened. It was 7 month pregnancy, so 30 weeks. I don't know what happened. Um, Never had contact. Um, you know, a while after that, even at that time, I was working in the flea market selling phone cases, just so I can go see my son. So I can go on the bus, wake up early, go to school, and still go have time to go see my son. At 15, at 15, right? Taking this great responsibility. I never really had like a childhood. That's why I act like a kid at times,
Nah, ain't
I
no
have
wrong with
fun.
it, bro. I get
Uh,
it, bro.
that's why I have fun now, because I'm like, hey, now it's my time. Y'all, I gave y'all my childhood, so I get time for me now, right? A year later, I did obtain my legality through DACA. My grandma, she's a citizen, so um, she was able to do all the paperwork and everything, right? I started learning a little bit more about the legal system then because I had to. I had to understand what forgiveness was, what files we were signing, talking to
Mm-hmm.
lawyers. So at a very young age, at 16, I had to learn this information and keep up with everything. Right. um Through the hard work and everything, I got burnt out because I was doing 8-hour shifts at McDonald's and 8-hour shifts at school. And at times I would tell my teachers I was so good at what I was doing that I would tell them, look, I'm going to get 70s and 80s. That's exactly what I can give you as a grade, but give me all my work beforehand. Any quizzes, give me all the work. I'll do it real quick. I'll guess on it. If I have to put in, like, if it's like a specific I have to remember, just know I'm gonna get that wrong. I'm not gonna waste my time on that. I don't have time. I'm working, and they understood that. They would let me sleep. They would let me sleep. I would do my work. I would go to sleep. By the time I would go to my college class, I'd be awake. I do 2 hours of college class, right, and then go to work. And sometimes on the weekends, if I had time, or in between, I'll find time. At the time, I was, I was already smoking cannabis because I had to some way to like use something. It helped me for my ADHD because it really helped me focus and be able to retain information easier. And I would ace my test. I would pass everything, and I was able to keep up with the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, coffee and cannabis.
Like,
That's having.
I'm a tea drinker, but look, I just want to say this, bro. I can relate to how it feel, how you going to school and still working a job. Like, I remember growing up, I dropped out of college first and foremost. That shit went for me. But I remember when I was in high school, bro, and foster care, I was going to school, working a job, like, and that shit put a lot of stress on me. Like I say this, most jobs don't really care about what you got going on outside of the job. Like, they want you to show up, do this, overwork. That's why I decided to, like, even though like I still work a job, bro, but I decided to step into entrepreneurship in 2019, bro, when I published my first book, because I knew, like, I'm not saying ain't nothing wrong with working a job, but this is what I say. When you work in a job, you work that job until your entrepreneurship become your job, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So that's why I'm doing everything in my power to continue to step into entrepreneurship, because I know, like I said, give myself 6 months to a year, and I'm gonna be done with the work. I'll be 39. I told myself when I turned 40, I've been hollering this for years. When I said when I turn 40 years old, I'm gonna find my niche. I'm gonna find what I like doing, and I'm gonna retire from the corporate world, and I'm gonna work my entrepreneurship. And that's why I'm glad, like, I found Legal Shield, because it's giving me an opportunity. I'm seeing I'm getting on the calls. I'm seeing, hearing the testimony stories of how they started from working a job and how now they are doing this, living life all over the world, traveling, doing Legal Shield. And another thing you said, bro, I feel like I didn't have no fucking childhood, bro. I got put in foster care, bro, at the age of 8, bro. 8 years old, bro, stripped from my family, bro. And I ain't even really fucked my family like that. But I was raised with my great great auntie Carol. Rest her soul. That's my world. So I'm always give her a shout out. I was taken from my great great auntie Carol, placed in foster care, bro, at the age of 8 years old. Didn't really know much about my foster mama. Didn't really know much about being in the system, but I got put in the system. So I didn't really have no childhood either, bro. At 8 years old, you taken away from your auntie, my auntie, placed in foster care with strangers. Then as you get older, you realize your foster mama, she smoke crack, she on drugs, she's stealing your money. So I turned to the streets, bro. I felt like I had to turn to the streets, bro. And during the time me being in foster care, I wanted to kill myself, bro. I tried several times to kill myself. But now let me go back. Let me touch on what my bro said. Yeah, bro, I gotta burn that sage, man. That's the incense, man. I like sage incense. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I try to kill myself, bro, just because I done had so much shit going on in life, bro. Being in foster care, your family don't love you, bro. The family judges you because of shit you went through in life. But as I got older, bro, and moved on and matured, I was like, you know what? Everything I went through in the past is to help me make it in the future or the present of what I'm going through now. So, like I said, 2019, I was like, you know what? That's when I published my first book. I'm spiritual now, from the hood to the church. Like I said, I stepped into entrepreneurship in 2019, and I shared that story before I shared this because my first book is a bio, and everything I went through, bro, in life, I put it in that book. So I know how it is to say you don't got no childhood. You had to work and go to school, tired in class. You gotta, but you had to make it. You gotta do what you had to do, though. Is what I'm saying. So my
Ab-
question is like, when did you decide to step into entrepreneurship? Because like you got a lot going on, brother. Like you do so much. Like you with legal shit. You are
I'm
you
on.
go
I'm
ahead,
so I'll tell you what I do right now.
go
So
ahead,
we're
bro.
with the first and foremost with Owl Legal Shield. Then I'm looking into Vibe. We save the teens, and then I also help people like just on the side with like helping them build fences or whatever, you know. I'm launching my cleaning service business called Fernandez Home Service. It's already on Thumbtack. We can link that below too. If you
Send me
guys want
all
to become pros, we also have, you know, affiliate links with realtors called Ebony Wins. They're selling lots, so anybody looking for lands and lots or houses, we can get you connected. What else? And then I'm also launching either this year, next year, hopefully by 2026, for sure by 2026 or beginning of 2016, I'll be proudly saying that we are launching next gen builders. And sometimes in the middle of that, we'll probably say that we have launched our nonprofit FFB solution, which is Family, Faith, and Business Solutions. So yeah, we have those, what was it, 8 projects, right?
Yeah,
I
you
think
do a
so.
lot, bro. Like when I
Yeah.
say this brother right here is stepping entrepreneurship, like he do a lot. That's one thing I like about you, bro. Like against all how you grew up against the odds, you still make a way for you and your fiance and your kids, bro. And that's what I love about you, bro. But touch like you said something about the next generation builders. Like, can you touch on that a
I'll
little bit?
I'll touch a little bit more. So I've been using AI, right? I would definitely keep on saying this. AI is gonna make billionaires. The next wave of billionaires is coming with AI and AI tools. They've been implemented in every business. Businesses are moving so quickly. You can get funding for your projects, guys. Like there is so much information out there. All you have to do is just start using the tools, right? You say how I'm able to do it, why did I step into it? I'll tell you a little bit more about, you know, just the hard work I did, where I come from, right? So people can understand. um so from coming from going into the fast food at 16, 17, I quit school at 17. I didn't go to my senior year. I stopped going to college, the college classes. I let my teachers know. All my teachers were very upset with me. All my teachers told me, Jesus, you have a future here, you're set. Why are you leaving? Not only that, I would always skip. I skipped classes. I never went to the main classes.
Yes.
I would go to the business class, the marketing class, the, you know, the coding class. Always staying to the extracurricular activities. I was very unsupervised kid. My mom was always working. You know, my grandma was home and my sister was home, but my sister was always doing business too. She was the biggest inspiration because she had her, you know, she started doing nails, doing eyelashes and stuff like that, and observing her really inspired me to be like, well, one day I'll be that, right? Then I went to dredging, right? um I had a partner at the time. I basically learned to be an adult. We built this together, and then I went into dredging. I learned machine how to use heavy equipment, and how to move dirt with different machines in the ocean. I was basically a deckhand, welder's helper, rigger, and you know, whatever they needed me to be. I learned everything. Right. I learned how to be a leader, a manager, OSHA regulations, how to keep myself alive, because it's a dangerous job. Cables can break, uh, things can fall on you. You can fall in the water. engines can turn on by themselves at times. Things can shock you. So really, I love that, right? I loved it. I loved that job. It was gonna be my retirement plan, right? Unfortunately, that the way they were running it, the company went bankrupt. I basically lost myself. I lost my identity. I had to rebuild myself again in 2020. So from 2017 to 2020, I had an identity, I had a plan, I had everything, and I had a lot of money, right? Comparatively to now, and I never was able to do my dreams because I was always listening to other people's opinion until I went to go find myself in Minnesota. For a year, I lived homeless in my car out of choice in a way. I put myself in like, hey, you're gonna literally, you have no help, you have no phone, you have nothing. Start over,
I can
right?
let me say something, bro. Like, cause I can relate to sleeping in my car, bro. Like, but that's like when you in your car, bro. You got all thinking time, bro. Like, I don't even lie. When I first was in Texas, like, on the reason why I was in Texas, like, my ex-wife went through some bullshit with her, and she basically left me in the hotel we was in and went back to Illinois for her mom. Shout out to my wife Erica Brewster now, who I love so much. But like my ex-wife, the boys of the mother of my two boys left me in the hotel, bro, and went back to Illinois with her mama. So things got hard. I got put out the hotel, bro. I ended up sleeping in my car, bro. I was in my SUV I had at the time, in my car. Like, it was nice, bro. I'm in there like stressing, bro. And I was smoking during the time. I'm in there stressing. Like, I felt like I didn't hit rock bottom, which to me it was rock bottom. But the good thing about that, I had a job. It's just like once you, like, I had a job, but it's like trying to catch up on a hotel. I'm paying weekly, and I get paid bi-weekly. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take that chance. Like, I'm gonna sleep in my car, but I used to like manage my money if I can have gas, move around. I used to go to like truck stops to take a shower, all that. Like, but I was like, this is not it, bro. I was like, this is not it for me. This is not it. So me using my resources, I had to use my resources, bro. So I go into the Salvation Army, bro. So I go into these shelters, these places that'll help you. Like, it's help out here. So I go into these places, got the help. That's when I met a counselor at Salvation Army. Nah, I got my first studio apartment because I went from Temple, Texas to Killeen, Texas. And how I got my first studio apartment, I just jumped on Facebook Marketplace. I jumped on there, bro, and I met a private landlord, bro, and told him my situation, bro. Told him what was going on. Told him I can make a deposit, bro. That's how got in my first studio. I met with him, made a deposit, bro. It just like they went up, and I ain't gonna lie, I loved it, even though I was in the hood. But I loved it just because it was it was in my budget. I was just paying one set price. And I had some cooler neighbors, man, who was actually entrepreneurs. Like, I stayed next to a person that rap. I stayed next to a person that he used to train for boxing. He was ex-military. So I was by some cool people. But I try to say this, like, it's help out there. Then, like I said, I've been connected with a person in the Salvation Army, helped me get my first apartment, bro. I got my first apartment like through my resource. They paid my first 3 months, and I took over from there. So I know how it is, bro. I know how it is to sleep in your car, bro. Like, the night you just, like, it was nice. I was just up, bro. Like, making sure nobody don't come in here. Like, make sure nobody don't try to break in this motherfucker while I'm in here. But nah, go ahead, bro. I just want to share it because you can go back here, bro. Share your story.
No, yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, man. I like hearing a little bit more about your story and being able to share our experiences together, man. Um, Definitely, mine was not necessarily like, I feel like I got called to do this because at 17, I was like 19. There was this big storm. I was out in the water and I was scared. There was this big, bro, like, I'll tell you, it was moving the barge, and this barge had a pipe, like 22-inch pipe, on top of it, which was the only thing that saved me, because that we sunk. So on the booster barge, you have to put the pipe over, connect it, and then sink the pipe under so it can go right. Because at a certain like 1,000 to 2,000 yards, you can't pump anymore. That's the yardage that it'll pump water without cavitating, and if there's cavitation, then you start busting pipes. So you need a booster pump, so there's enough sealed vacuum seal or vacuum pressure, so it gets sealed properly and have water flowing and there'd be no cavitation. um, and the storm came, and I got on my knees and I prayed and I said, God, if you get me out of this, I want to be your soldier, right? But I had already been asking him this for a while. So when I stepped into that, saying, you know what, screw it, I left home. I went with some friends. We got a little hotel, and we had a job already. Right, we had a job already ready for us. We're just waiting. They paid for the hotel, and there's jobs like that. They'll pay for a little bit for the hotel until you get on your feet, and then
Mhm.
boom. So I got $1,200. I got the car, put it under my name and everything, and then boom. Did the three. It was like 3 months there working there. I start. It was during COVID, so I couldn't get my unemployment because I was having trouble getting my unemployment. So I ran out of money. Um, that I had saved. I ran out of money because I was just, just eating and driving around, having fun, skateboarding, enjoying my time. Because I was like, no, well, I have the unemployment money coming in, and then it didn't. So I went to a temp agency. Then I started doing DoorDash, and that's how I was able to travel, right? Doing DoorDash, camping, living, just figuring out who is Jesus. What is he like? Oh, I don't like this. I like this. I don't like
Yo,
that. I like this.
your name
Right?
Jesus. Your name.
Yeah. Yeah, my name is Jesus, but like who is Jesus? Who's Jesus? Who's me?
I just
Right?
played, bro.
Um uh right? And I put myself in extreme situations to see, who am I, a fighter? Am I a quitter? Or am I, do I just stay there taking the pain? What do I do? Um I ended up again falling into bad habits and meeting the wrong people, and back into drugs. For a reason, though, I kept on spreading the word. I ended up in homeless shelters. I learned how to, like, live off of the government assistance that they have, but still travel. Right, there's things like, there's shelters you can sleep in. Obviously, be safe. You have to present yourself correctly, right? And, like, try not to, don't mess with nobody. Just go for what you're doing. Talk to the counselors, get what you need help with. There's a lot of help out there. um the reason why I didn't get more help is because I don't have legal status here, like a U.S. citizen. I do have a work permit, a social security, and everything, right? I have some sort of legal status here, but I'm not a resident, so I couldn't get, like, food stamps. But a lot of them, they'll give you food stamps. There's food banks. I would get MREs because I love MREs. I love I love bushcraft and stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun over there, spreading the word and just learning myself, right? But still lost. I was so stressed. I had, like, at least five stressors: losing my job, losing my, partner, losing all other things, right? That I basically, what they told me was I had a moment of, like, psychosis. My brain just couldn't handle the stressors, and I started having to take medication. I didn't take too much. It was in a high dose.
I ain't fucking
Yeah,
with no medication. I ain't gonna even lie. I don't fuck with medication.
yeah. So I took it once or twice. I didn't like it. Right. I came back home eventually, and then still tried to look for myself. The turning point was in 2022 when I met my current fiance. I'm happy to say that she's my fiance. Right.
What's her name? Gina, right?
Gina, yeah. Um, she's a woman who has become anchor in my life. Our bond has, we've grown together. We grown together. I'm gonna put it that way, because when we met, it was not. It was, we were
But
butting
look,
heads, but it was
let me say
fun.
this. But that's how it be like when like me and my wife Erica Brewster, who I love so much. Like when we first met, bro, it's just like we had to get to know each other. It's just like two people coming from two different worlds coming together. So you had to get to know her. So I get it. But like me and my wife, like we tight now. We understand each other. Like she's like the yin, she the yin. She's not like she is the yin to my yang. She the up to my down. She the left to my right. So I get it, bro. You just gotta learn. You gotta learn your spouse, bro. Like y'all gotta learn each other. But go ahead, bro. I just want to throw that in there because
All
I
good, all good.
shout
No,
out
absolutely,
to my
no, absolutely.
beautiful
No,
wife.
yeah, add that in, brother. And so we mutually grew together in our faith, our resilience. In 2024, February 2024, my son was born, Liam. He was born, and it was a rough pregnancy. We had a little scare because she's tiny, and her body just she didn't dilate at all. They were putting these
Mm,
medicines. We learned a lot about the medical field too, because we had to, like, afterwards, she had the placenta ruptured because of the medicine. There's a lot of things I
mm,
feel like they did wrong, and since they're the professionals, right? A lot of people here don't fight, so that's where Legal Shield comes in.
there you
Um,
go. That's why I
that's
got
where
your
Legal
legal
Shield
shit,
comes in.
baby.
Yeah, because I know I could have probably fought, because they did not tell us, like, they did it wrong. They were supposed to do it 1 hour, and that was it. They put her in pain they weren't supposed to. She almost, died, because the placenta ruptured, and it's called macron, when the baby eats his own feces, because of,
Mm,
like, they get stressed in the belly. So emergency C-section. They came in. This doctor, she came in like a white horse. She's a blonde lady, beautiful blonde lady, and it was funny because always when I meet someone, I'll be like, I know you, but when I tell them I know you, is because they're gonna be either important in my life later on, or I seen them in a dream. But they're important. They're like a
yeah.
main character, which is funny. It's like the Matrix telling me, like, hey, this one, you're gonna have a cutscene with this one. Like how in I don't know if you played Fallout. Okay,
Mm-mm.
well, in Fallout, any gamers out there that played Fallout, you know how they have the cutscenes that you see a character, and then you have, like, you can tell them things. But yeah, she came in like mad. Hey, what the hell? Why have you guys, like, mad, bro? Like, cussing people out,
Cause
like,
she knew. She knew
cause
like,
she knew y'all messed up.
yeah,
She
y'all
knew
fucked up.
y'all messed up.
You know you fucked up, right?
Yeah, you fucked up. Like, she was so mad. Boom, emergency. They get me in, get her ready. I tell her, and this is where I knew I loved her. Like, this is where, like, that really, like, we were fighting a lot even before we found out. Like, we found out that she was pregnant. Like, we were fighting, right? So this brought us so together in just a different way, right? Because I've seen death before. I've seen death before. I've had to like, help people out. Maybe those stories will be for another day, because those are long stories. But
Mhm.
you could see her, and all I told her was, "Don't give up. I love you. I'll see you on the other side." She was trying to tell me something. I was like, "Remember that, and tell me when we get out of here." All I told her was, just don't give up. And I knew, telling her that, like, before that, I prayed real quick, and I asked God to give me the words to tell her, and that's what came out. They put
Mm,
her in. I prayed, I prayed, I cried, I prayed, I cried. And then after a few moments, I hear a cry of a baby.
beautiful.
My little baby boy, man. I was like, ooh,
So
ooh,
like I know
ooh.
bro, your story is so beautiful, bro. So having your child, your son, that's what made you want to go hard entrepreneurship because you like, you know what? It's not about me anymore. It's about my fiance and my son. And
It
that's
it
basically, go ahead. That's why I,
it
man,
was it was truly, man. I'll tell you. I'll put it this way. It was when I stepped into my dream world. That was the flip of like every day from that day. I'm in a dream. Like I'm Jesus is like I'm gone. I'm at peace. I did what I wanted to do. Right. My biggest thing, my biggest dream since I lost my first kid was having a family. That's being married. Like I've dreamt that. I've had visions of that, and I've been so super excited to be here and be in this moment. So then, still, right from there, old habits, the remnants of the shadow self still there. Um, 3 months after, or 4 months after, my girl got pregnant again. Now with our daughter, she was going to college. I was going to work, and we were taking care of a newborn on that 2-hour cycle. Balancing all that was so difficult, but God, every step of the way, would provide. At For a month after she had her C-section, I didn't have work, but we had diapers, we had food, we had formula, we had everything, we had a house and everything. People stepped in and helped, and all I could do was accept the help, right? Because I couldn't do it by myself. I really couldn't do myself, and it humbled me to accept the help. That was the first lesson. The second lesson was learning to be more mature and learning what my task here is, who I have to become. And then lastly, were more and more lessons of accepting myself, loving myself, learning who I am, uh, and being confident in that, right? And just every step of the way, taking the steps necessary to become that person. And I started doing TikTok again a little bit. No, actually, no, I stopped doing TikTok because I didn't have time. Then probably like 3 months before, at 7 months, yeah, like 3 months before my daughter was born. Well, during those 7 months, I was investing, looking into courses, doing TikTok a little bit. I got into TikTok eventually, and then networking with people. I got connected with Coach Bertrand. He showed me a remote cleaning business. I wanted to invest in that. I just didn't have time. Invested in more courses, more marketing, more TikTok shop, more. From just a 9 to 5, probably $5,000, was able to still take care of my family, pay rent, and invest some money and try out some systems. Always trying to figure out how to do it either myself for free, which will take time, or creative ways of financing projects like getting deposits for cups or candies, and doing minimum of 2 orders. And we'll show you these systems in next gen builders, right? And then unfortunately, at 7 months, again, history repeats itself. I lose my daughter. This time I have to bury her. This time it was a different history repeated itself, but in a different way. Now I was able to experience and have that closure. I think it was God's way of saying, hey, you're going to have closure, right? For me, I really needed that closure of at least burying my son. You know, if you did kill my son, it's cool. It's all right. I understand it. I can forgive you for that. But not seeing him, not knowing, just the not knowing is something that has, I haven't even like said this out loud personally, but that weight, I've been carrying that guilt for so long that when that happened with my daughter, it crushed me. But at the same time, it's like, now I know you're waiting for me. You're waiting for me. I know you're waiting for me. I'll see you again. I'll see her again. So now I have to do what I have to do here first, so I can get my reward, which is in heaven, right? And which our Father, which is in heaven, tells us that that's how things are, right? And That's the religious part, but I know we're all vibration. She's somewhere. She's always here. She's here with me at all times. I can feel. Um, and that's the reason why I really want to do next gen builders, where we help young parents like myself that don't have the resources.
I like
Because
that.
when my daughter died, I had to go ask and go do a GoFundMe. I had to go ask for money. I didn't have the savings, and it crushed me. It crushed me. It crushed me as a man. To even get kicked down by those people that helped me. Those people that helped me kicked me down more because I'm a man. Just because I'm a man, it was my fault. Um, and I told them and I warned them, don't kick me down while I'm down, because you're gonna see a different version of me, and that version doesn't care about nobody. In the way of, like, I don't care about your opinion. I got something to do. I don't got time for you. I don't got time to waste on the negativity. I ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that.
Right.
Um, I understand everyone's in their step of their journey. I gave them full grace. But if you're ready to build, if you're ready to really change yourself and change us, trust me, I'm guilty. It took me 4 years. I'm not, it took me, I understand, and I'm going to be building this for the rest of my life. I'm going to keep on doing it because it's something I love. I can do it. Find something, you can find something that you love, and you can do it for free. And like, you don't care of not getting paid. That obviously eventually you will get paid, right? But if you can do that,
And let me say
like,
something, bro. I just want to throw this in there because, like, number one, man, I just want to say, man, your story is beautiful, man. Sorry for your loss, man. I don't know how it is to lose a child, bro. Especially use your babies, bro. I don't know how you feel. But one thing I can say, bro, since I met you, been talking to you, strong, bro. You are a strong individual, bro. And like I said, you are very supportive of your fiance, your kids, bro. Cause I done spoke to you and your fiance before, like, and I heard the kids in the background, so I know how far you came, and I know what you are doing now for your family. But I want to like say this, bro. Like, when it comes to entrepreneurship, like, and you said if you don't make the money right now, people give up, bro. Like when they start the entrepreneurship and they don't make the money right then and there, or they don't get the funds they need, or they don't sell this book, or they don't monetize their podcast, or if they don't do anything, bro, if they don't see the funds coming in right now, they just give up, bro. Bro, like I said, my journey as an entrepreneur, bro, at 2019, bro. When I first wrote my first book, bro, I ain't sell that many books, bro. But as I got to promote it and let them know, well, this is my book, bro, and this is my pitch, bro. This is how I used to sell my books, bro. When I first published my first book, like I was in the church. Now I'm just spiritual. I was in the church. I was like, look, if I publish a book on my life, would you read it? They said, yeah. I said, well, guess what? I actually published a book on my life. And do you want to check it out? You want to buy it, bro? When I first published it in 2019, bro, I was selling it through Cash App. I used to promote out of my car, bro. When I say I first published this book, bro, I done made over $2,000, bro, in through Cash App, bro, just off selling my book. So as an entrepreneur, bro, I know how it is to have good days, bad days, rainy days, sunny days. But as a man, bro, being an entrepreneur, provide for his family. And I ain't gonna lie, I still work a job, bro. I'm not ashamed to say I still work a job because I know how it is as a man to provide for your family. And I know some days you might not sell a book, or some days your podcast might, I've been podcasting for so long, won an award. And I didn't talk to different people about getting it monetized, bro. I still haven't got my podcast monetized, but it's just the passion of doing the podcast, connecting with one amazing people like you, bro. So I'm not gonna never stop podcasting just because I'm not getting monetized. I'm not gonna never stop writing books just because I haven't hit bestseller yet. But that's how life is, bro. Life, you have your ups and downs. Life is like a roller coaster, but it's up to you to stay strong, bro, and keep pushing. I would never give them entrepreneurship because, like I said, at the end of the day, we working these 9 to 5s. We helping somebody else build a dream, and we just let our dream die out. And me and my wife know, bro, just like I work 9 to 5, but them days I'm off from the 9 to 5 from the plantation, as I call it. I'm working on my entrepreneurship. I'm building legal shit, bro. I'm reaching out to people about legal shit, bro. I'm sharing every like, bro. I be so tuned into legal shit, bro. Like I barely share my books or what I got going on, bro, because I know with legal shit, bro, people need the legal service for the low. They need the help. They might need to get their will done. Need to get a will done. For all y'all can watch it on replay, me and my brother Jesus, we know how it is with entrepreneurship, and we know how it is to be entrepreneur. We know how it is to build from the ground up. So if y'all look trying to come aboard as associate and build residual income, or just trying to get the legal help you need at a low price, whether you have a dispute with your landlord, they don't want to pay you because they trying to say, well, you the reason why it's water damage in your apartment, or you have a dispute with your neighbor over some misunderstanding. Come aboard Legal Shield. Look, you ain't gotta argue with them. The police want to harass you for no fucking reason. Legal Shield is where it's at, bro. So I know how it is to the grind and hang in there when I don't make the money yet, like you said. A lot of companies out here, okay, they'll pay you up front, but a lot of companies they want to like. I look at it like this: a lot of companies want to see your commitment that you gonna stick around. Cause I know, bro, I'm team Legal Shield forever, bro. Why I say that? Cause the residual income is gonna start rolling in from that. I'm gonna use that to fund everything else. Like I'm not gonna never give up on my entrepreneurship, bro. Never in a fucking million years, bro. I would never stop doing love what I'm doing. Cause at the end of the day, when a job lay you off, when the job locate somewhere else and you can't get to that job, you still gonna have entrepreneurship. You still gonna have another way of streaming income without working a fucking 9 to 5. Go ahead, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's what I'm doing. That's the reason why I have a bunch of affiliates now. I'm able to connect with people, and they're giving me. I have affiliate links with Ebony Wins, and we're gonna start making more content and stuff like that. So, you know, we are looking for investors for Next Gen Builders. So let me tell you a little bit more about Next Gen Builders.
Go ahead, bro.
Give me a second. Let me look at my
Pop your shit about the legal about next gen builders.
Legal Shield.
Yeah, that's what
So
legal
it's
shit.
two. It's called Next Gen Builders and FFB Solution. FFB Solution and Next Gen Builders, empowering families through business ownerships. Um, I'm Jesus Fernandez, the founder of FFB Solutions and Next Gen Builders. FFB stands for Family, Faith, and Business.
I like that.
Right? We integrate all that good stuff in there. Our mission is to guide young families from survival to ownership by offering real support and tools. The problem we seek to fix is that 60% of young parents lack access to business resources. Most programs stop at inspiration, they don't offer implementation. There is no structured system moving families from care to cash flow. Also, there's 80% of fatherless homes. That's what I'm trying to fix. If I'm able to get the finances right right for the guy, right, if we're able to teach them how to be a man, how to be a father, and really also equip those mothers that the father doesn't want to do it, equip them with the support system, right, to have leaders within the communities that can be those father figures for their children, right. um because it's super important to have that role model. It really
Mm-hmm.
is. Our dual-sided solution is FFB Solutions, the nonprofit. Will focus on family monthly care kits. So we'll have like clothes, uh, essentials like toothpaste, mouthwash, toiletries, and other stuff. We'll have faith and hope-driven mentorship, business startup grants, LLC support, and coaching.
I like that.
That will also be included in the next gen builders, like you can pay for like setups, right? So the next gen builders will have business coaching, CRM, and website setup. Also full business in a box lunch kits and access to different affiliate links. So we'll teach you how to use them, how to promote, and we'll help you get your first commission on those. So we'll start giving you as soon as, like, my goal is to um, be able to give them wins immediately. So the journey funnel, the funnel. This is the journey of the funnel. This is the journey they'll go through. They'll receive support from FFB Solutions and the care package essential. Then they'll get equipped it from the LLC setup to sponsor coaching. Then they'll launch their business through Next Gen Builders and graduate and sponsor the next family. So we'll have like a family or a young individual like me, or or you, go through this, get certified, and then you, with a little bit of what you get, you'll be able to sponsor the next family and pay it forward. So there'll be memberships for the FFB solutions. These are the tiers. These are just some random numbers. We'll update the numbers. So for the community to be a $10 monthly subscription, you'll fund the hygiene and the school kit, and you'll get the badge and the newsletter for becoming a community member. Then the builder will be $25. They'll get a care box, merch, and workshop access. The backer will get $50. Will be $50 monthly membership, startup tools, merch bundle, and life updates. And then the legacy builder will be $100 full business launch sponsorship and VIP access. Obviously, the numbers will vary, right? Like these are just random numbers because I don't know if they will cover the cost of the other things. The revenue streams for Next Gen will be digital courses and self-paced education, coaching programs, and one-on-one help. And then the full launch kit will be $4,000 to $6,000 CRM website mentorship and branding. But I'll have contracts for them that if you don't have good credit, if you have good credit, we can get you in zero down. But if you don't have good credit, we can try to work with you and show you how to get the small wins first, so you can
Mhm.
actually either pay for it or get you a contract where it'll be basically like an in-house contract, and we'll show you how to pay that off quickly and how to use it to build your credit. The use of the investor funds will be, if we do get investors, will be used for expanding the donor search reach, fulfillment for care package and merch, launching scholarship portal, and then for the next gen builders, the money would be used to scale automation and CRM services, hire support staff and contractors, fund ad campaigns and content systems. Um, the systems that we'll be using will be using AI tools to help you make content, right? And the scholarship will fund people that want to learn trades like electrician, plumbing, and other things, because for every plumber that's leaving, we need at least 30 more plumbers coming in, and we are not hitting those numbers in this area.
Mhm.
So we are at a deficit of employment. What I want to do is be able to get them into those jobs, learn the trade, and then show them how to market it and make that into a business and make that their retirement plan, right? And then they will show their employees how to do that, how to balance life, work, and family to be able to retire and become landowners, homeowners, and really, really, really be self-sufficient, have food, be able to have, we can come as a community too and buy in bulk the same way Walmart and all these companies do, and
Mhm.
be able to donate more freely and do, we can know exactly where our food comes from. They don't have pesticides, they don't have none of that,
Say it, bro.
GMO, we'll know exactly where it comes from. We'll be able to take people on tours and stuff like that where they see the process and they can check the quality of the product. They know exactly where it's coming, and we will teach this for then generations to come. That's the reason why it's called Next Gen Builders, because we are building the next generation of builders.
I like that. So, bro, let me ask you a question, bro. How old are you, bro?
25.
This man is 25, y'all, and all the stuff he got going on, man. Like me in my 20s, bro, I was a fucking fuck up, bro. I was a knucklehead, bro. Caught a gun charge at 18, bro. I wasn't thinking about none of this, bro. But it's just like some click with me, like it's more out here in life instead of being a fuck up as I used to label me. Or
I think the times where we're at, I'm able to do this. So don't I want to encourage people to not feel like discouraged at any point, right? You
mm-hmm,
weren't able to do that back then because we didn't have the tools. I wasn't able to do that. I don't know how to make an Excel sheet, but I can make an Excel sheet with AI. I don't know how to make a business, but I can make a business with AI, right? Because it takes the human aspect out, and it's a knowledge hub. It's at our fingertips. We got to move. So
mm-hmm,
that's why I'm moving so quick because I'm able to now. I don't have to go learn Excel. I don't have to go learn, right? So in y'all and like in older generations, we weren't able to do that. We were learning things that we would need to learn in those times. So you guys can pass that torch, and now we have this torch or the baton, and we're able to run faster
mm-hmm,
and build quicker. Um, in this in this presentation, I saw these people building, right, and the first 5 to 10 people all did the same. They would build like just the foundation, and that was it, or they would put it all together, and then the guy would come and topple it over until one build he built like a house, like a foundation, and then started building, and then like more people protected that foundation, and did a little different, and that's exactly what we're supposed to do. Since I was able to start this in my generation, right? My sister was able to start. She broke the curse first because she started the business, her nail business. Then I broke the curse of like I went to college. She went to college. Then, she got her business a little bit more. I learned about the government contracts and dredging, right?
mm-hmm.
And then I learned like now I went down. Her business went a little bit up and down because she had to learn. She became a mom young too. So my brother-in-law, he went to college. They didn't have light at times, water, and they didn't ask anybody for help. My little nephew, he had a neurological disease where his brain got swollen, and then thankfully he got fixed by the grace of God. And and not necessarily to throw a negative thing in there, but like my brother-in-law was always like, I didn't ask no religion or no God to help me. I went out there myself. Now, yes, I do believe in God, but what he was kind of saying, right? Because sometimes we get bitter. We get bitter because we go through these things, and it's like, man, I had to do all these things. But
Mm-hmm.
but it's like faith without works, right? He did the work. He went out to do the work. Is what he's kind of saying, right? Where he comes from. He went to go out do the work and stepped into it. And from that generation, like there's ways they talk, like we're very like tough love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like get your head out of your ass. No just magical being is gonna come and save you.
Right.
No one's gonna come and save you until you start changing. People, that's when people around you are gonna change. That's what he kind of like. That's what the lesson he taught me, right? Until you change, until you decide to love yourself, until you decide to do this inner work and go out there and get it yourself and mess up and screw up and cry and feel like shit and be alone and do all these things and show that you can do it. No one else is gonna be able to do it for you. You know.
Exactly. But
So
that's
that's
what
the
like
reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've always known that I was here to save the world and do something big. That's why they named me Jesus, although I don't like my name. Thankfully, it's an honor to have that name because it is a great responsibility, and we're already at an hour, man. I thank you for all the time and everything. Oh.
nah, you good, bro. Look, you look.
Um,
Appreciate you coming
sorry,
out and
guys.
sharing your story, bro. So like how can people?
So how can people reach me? Yes. So
There you
people
go.
can reach me at call it's called we'll link it down below. They can reach me in multiple places. So my TikTok is Next Gen Builders, Instagram should be the same, and then what's it called, they can reach me out through Fernandez Legacy Store. It should be Fernandez Legacy Store. Let me see.
Yeah.
Fernandez.
So after we everything
Yeah.
you saying, bro, text it to me. So when I share this, I'm gonna tag all your links in there, bro. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so there you can check out here. You can check out this is Fernandez Legacy Store. You can check it out. We have the free 30-day affirmation journal. And we do accept any donations for that if you guys want to help out through that Cash App. And then we have the Royal Business Academy. These are businesses in a box. And then this one we have the Kingdom Wealth Academy. The Kingdom Wealth Academy will show you how to get your Airbnb, and you're able to resell the course yourself. It's 100%, resellable, and you get the rights to resell it. And they'll teach you different things. And the Royal Business Academy also teaches you about what's it called, how to create your own calling company, like the phone. I forgot the name of
Mhm.
it. Calling service, and then
Call center, like a call center or something like
yeah,
that.
your own call center and your own transport company and different things. I'll make sure to be going live on TikTok and giving live discounts for those products. If you just want to DM me and just chop it up or something, you can reach me in the Owl app. We'll link that below too, so they can hit me up in the Owl app. And if I miss your call, I'll definitely, you can DM me on Instagram, and let me know, and I'll set a time for you, and we'll connect. I'll set my availability so you can call me, and we'll go from there. I'll also be in Miami probably the 10th, 28th of this month. So I'll see if I'll link the event there in the below, so they can go check it out. We'll be shouting out Next Gen Builders and FFB Solutions in a nonprofit event. So we'll be there.
And legal
That's,
shit. But now look,
and legal shit. Yeah.
speaking of the Owl app, look, for all my entrepreneurs out there, like who want to connect with some like-minded people, download the Owl app, right? It's OWWLL. Once you download, you put my referral code in, Brewster, BREWSTER, and you get $10 credit to your account. And you can talk to some people, especially if you want to publish your book or you want to start a podcast. You can connect with people on there to help you step into entrepreneurship, to help you get started, to just give you the sauce you need. But look, y'all done heard enough about me. Y'all know where y'all can find me at on my Instagram page, Seeking Out This Podcast. You can find me on Facebook, the Marcus Brewster. You can find me on the Apple, like I just shared. Like inbox me if you want to know about legal shit. You want to know how to start a book, like anything concerning entrepreneurship. I might don't know how to do it, but I know people that know people that know people. But I just want to leave with this: you're not a failure if you fall. You're a failure if you fall and don't get back up. Look at all the shit that Jesus went through. Look at all the shit I went through. But look, we still decide to retrain our mind and step to entrepreneurship because we know we're not doing it for us. We know I got a wife out here. He got a fiance, soon to be wife. I got kids out here. He got kids. So we know as entrepreneur, it's not just about us no more. It's about our family, which is my wife, his fiance, the kids. Like we are building generational wealth so we can pass it on to our kids. Because me personally, I don't want my kids to go through where I went through growing up. I don't want that. So y'all look, like, share, comment, man. If y'all got anything y'all want me to talk about, let me know. You want to share anything else, brother?
No, that's it. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for your time. Thank you all for watching. And like I said, hit me up, uh, connect with me, and I look forward to sharing more and more information with everybody, and helping out any way I can. I'm here to serve. And yeah, guys.
I like that. He said he here to serve because once you help other people get what they want, the universe gonna give you what you want. But look, y'all, Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all need help with anything legal, like y'all need some legal support, holler at us about legal shit. But until next time, it's legal shit. Where is it? Peace.